Why do people keep checking their phones? Why do people stay in unhealthy relationships? Why do people keep procrastinating? Why do people return to habits they promised themselves that they would quit? Simple answer, because human beings repeat what gets rewarded. And that's the seventh law of behavior change. Emotional rewards reinforce habits. It does not matter if the reward is healthy or not. It does not matter if it's good for you. It doesn't even matter if it lasts very long. If something gives your brain a reward, especially an emotional one, your brain will remember it. And over time, it'll start to crave it. Your brain is weird. Your brain constantly asks questions. One in particular, what makes me feel better right now? That's why habits exist in the first place. Habits save energy. Instead of making thousands of decisions every day, your brain starts creating shortcuts, is the best way I can put it. And those shortcuts usually form around rewards. Eat something good, reward. Receive a compliment, reward. Accomplish something, reward, to name a few. But emotional rewards are often even stronger, like feeling accepted, feeling loved, or feeling important, or even distractions from pain or whatever's going on. Those things can become incredibly powerful. And because humans aren't just addicted to substances, sometimes we're addicted to feelings too. And I think a hard truth to accept is that bad habits usually work, at least temporarily. Now, what I mean is social media distracts us. Procrastination helps us avoid stress. Anger can make us feel powerful, and isolation can feel safe. Overthinking can create this illusion of control, and that's why people keep doing that, because they're rewarding something emotionally. Again, the problem isn't that short-term relief often creates long-term pain. The habit feels good for the moment, but eventually the consequence will catch up. So as I was saying earlier, why do people stay in toxic relationships? Why do people do certain things that they do? Because not every reward is so obvious to the brain. Maybe the relationship makes them feel wanted. Maybe because it's familiar. Maybe the occasional affection creates hope. Maybe the emotional highs feel incredible. The brain remembers those rewards. And sometimes people start chasing moments instead of reality. They keep waiting for another good moment because their brain remembers how rewarding it felt. And that is a incredibly hard habit to break because emotions can become habits as well. And I think a lot of people today think motivation changes lives. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't think that's entirely true. Rewards change lives because motivation comes and goes, but rewarded behaviors tend to repeat themselves. If going to the gym eventually makes you feel proud, you're more likely to continue going to the gym. If you read a book and it makes you feel calm, you're more likely to keep reading. If helping people gives you purpose, you'll naturally want to do it again. And the behaviors that survive are usually the ones that become emotionally rewarding. Also, I think a very important question people can ask themselves is, what am I rewarding right now? Are you rewarding avoidance, negative self-talk, procrastination? Go back to toxic relationships, people who treat you poorly, because every reward teaches your brain something. It says, this matters, remember this, do this again. And eventually, repetition becomes a habit. But the beautiful thing about behavior change is that rewards can be changed as well. You can start finding rewards in healthier things. The pride that comes from discipline, the peace that comes from boundaries, the confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself, or the purpose that comes from helping others. And that satisfaction of becoming someone you respect and those rewards might feel really, really small at first, but over time they will become so much stronger. And eventually, the habits connected to them become part of who you are. So at the end of the day, people repeat what gets rewarded. That's true for habits, it's true for relationships, it's true for thoughts, it's true for behavior. Every single action is teaching your brain what to value. So pay attention to what you're rewarding, because today's rewards often become tomorrow's habits. And tomorrow's habits often become tomorrow's identity. And the life that you're building is being shaped by what your brain keeps returning to. So ask yourself, what feeling am I chasing? What behavior am I reinforcing? And are those things helping me become the person that I want to be? Because emotional rewards reinforce habits. I cannot stress that enough. And the things that reward you today may be quietly shaping who you become tomorrow. I think that's all I have for you guys. Thank you if you made it this far in the video. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for following this series and taking the time to understand yourself a little bit more in a deeper level, because understanding why you repeat certain behaviors is often the first step towards changing them. Thank you again. As always, stay Rohly.